So all these products, right? If I go around the class and I ask for a product, each product is solving a problem, right? Can everybody hear me? Each product is set out to solve a problem. OPAY is essentially a payment company, so we solve a payments problem. Taxify is a transportation business, a transportation product that can help people get from point A to B. That I want to solve a transportation problem today. I want to solve a health insurance problem. For example, in Nigeria, only 2% of Nigerians have access to health insurance. That's a good problem to solve, right? So the first thing I want to do is not assume that I understand the problem entirely. I want to talk to people who don't use health insurance and ask them, why don't you use health insurance? Because from these conversations, I can have an idea of what to solve for. One of the first things not to do as a product developer or as a product person is to assume that you are the user. You're not the user. You're solving a problem for somebody else. You might feel the pain as well, but it's best to ask that person, so how do you sort yourself out when somebody in your family is sick? Does that make sense? Right? Some people say it's too expensive. Health insurance is too expensive. Why is it too expensive? An example of an answer is the ticket size is too much. Health insurance today is about 100 and something thousand a year, and most health insurance companies would ask you to pay it once, right? But a woman on the street cannot afford to pay you 100 and something thousand. But if you tell her, Madam, pay me 50 naira a day for health insurance, don't you think that would be easier for her? Fantastic. That's one pain point that you're solving. So you wouldn't have figured that out if you didn't have a conversation with her in the first place. Does that make sense? Nicole? Yes. Hi, Nicole. So first things first, figure out who you're solving for and have a conversation with that person, a group of people actually. So one guiding principle for us is empathy is the master of commerce. If you cannot sit down and connect with people who you are solving a problem for to understand what their pain points are, you can't build for them. You can't create value for those people. Everyone say hello to Omojo. Omojo is on my team. So she might take over at some point. Yes, she will. Right, so what's a good pain point that we're solving for at the moment with insurance, for example? As I mentioned before, people don't buy insurance because, well, it's too expensive. It makes no sense that I will pay a huge sum of money at once just to be covered for an event that might not happen. Does that make sense? Right? So if I'm able to break the cost down into a daily contribution, don't you think it'll be easier for that person too? So if I then present you that solution, then it's easier, right?
So you will really need to find out the pain points of people. Like, does it match, like your solution, is it what they want? Will it be valuable?